The Parshas Bahaloscha. We're going to learn the first Maimer, page 3 in these pamphlets. The Alter Rebbe will explain the depth of the first pasuk of the Parsha Bahaloscha Saneres, which were pashtus. We're talking about the mitzvah of Aaron HaKohen to light the menorah. The previous inyanim, so the Alter Rebbe is going to explain what the menorah represents, and based on that, we'll understand the diuk in the different words in the pasuk. The Bahaloscha Saneres mul pnei hamenorah. What is the pnei hamenorah? What's mul pnei hamenorah? And then Shiva Saneres, what that refers to, which as we learned in other places, the idea of the menorah, the idea of the neres rather, is in of neshamas. The Aaron HaKohen's function is to ignite, to bring up, elevate the neshamas. So the first thing Alter Rebbe explains is the inyan of the menorah. So in order to understand the menorah, the pnimius, the inyan of the menorah, the Alter Rebbe quotes from the Haftarah and from Zechariah, and there we see the description based on the pasuk there. What exactly is the menorah? So hinei inyan menorah nemer b'Zechariah. It says in the pasuk reisi v'hinei menorah zov. So the Zechariah he's saying what he sees. He sees a menorah zov. V'omer ma ela adeni. So he asks, what is it? V'yomer elai zed dvar Hashem el Zerubbabel. So b'pashtos, the zed dvar Havai el Zerubbabel is a hakdama. In other words, this is the dvar Hashem el Zerubbabel, and then this is the nevuah that he's getting, that Zechariah is getting. But the way the Alter Rebbe explains zed dvar Havai el Zerubbabel is kipshute. What is the menorah? What is this that he's seeing? He's seeing the Dvar Havaya. He says the menorah is the Dvar Havaya. Not Stam, but it's the Dvar Havaya El Zerubbabel. Pirush. So the Alter Rebbe explains, Kinyan HaMenorah, who bechinas Dvar Havaya? What's the Dvar Havaya? Shehu, which is Malchus. Shehu Mekor Neshamas Yisrael. That's the source. That's from there all the neshamas come. Like it says, Va'ata nefachta bi. Va'ata nefachta bi is you blew into me. What's the Va'ata? The Ata is the shirish and neshamas. U'kameshikasu va'yipach ba'apa of nishmas v'geimer. So that's the inyan of Dvar Havaya. So just like Dibur, what's the idea of Dibur? Is the person is articulating, expressing. That's in of Dvar Havaya. That's in the. The truth is, mechalek between Dibur and Neficha. But in this aspect, right, by Dibur is a more achitzenius thing. Like Alter Rebbe says in Perek Beis in Tanya. Mashenki Neficha, when someone blows, it's a pnimiistic thing. But mitzad this city, we're not mechalek here between. There is a chilek between when you want to be mechalek bepratius within malchus, pnimis malchus, chitzenius malchus. But over here we're saying bechlal, it's the inyan of Dvar Havaya. V'Yisrael nikru b'shem. So this is Dvar Havaya el Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel was the nasi, but over here the Alter Rebbe explains the Zerubbabel is going on the Yidden. We'll soon see why. He says why the nasi was called Zerubbabel, but the Yidden are called Zerubbabel because the word Zerubbabel is made up of two words. Zru-Bavel. Zru is the inyan of Zriya. That's the inyan of the neshamas are like as it says up another pasuk in Yeshaya. Uzatia li ba'aretz. Uzatia li ba'aretz is the lashon Zriya. The neshamas are planted in the ground, in the world. Ve'hem hayu oz begalos bava. So they were in Bavel then. That's when this nevuah happened. So Zru Bavel means that this is the neshamas which were sown in Bavel. Gama Nasi Nikra Zru Bavel Shem Zeh. So the Nasi, like it says, the Nasi Akal. So the Nasi is a reflection of the people. So that's why the Nasi is called Zerubbabel, because that's the status, that's the neshamas that we're talking about, was Zerubbabel. And this is V'zeu, so the Asis, that's the Indian of Menorah, is Dvar Havaya Zerubbabel. That's what it means, Dvar Havaya Zerubbabel. Dvar Havaya is the Menorah, which is the Sheirish of Neshamas Yisrael, and that is, from there, the Neshamas come, El Zerubbabel, into the world, into Galus. V'hu Inyan HaMenorah. And the Alter Rebbe says more bepratis, that the Indian of the neshama, we said is Dvar Havaya, but that's the Indian of more bepratis. That's the Indian of Menorah, that the Menorah refers to the neshama. Ki neshama kruya ner. So you have in the Menorah you have two inyanim. You have the Indian of Menorah, the Hasis of the Menorah. It's Beprimis is the Sherish of the neshama. But then it's the way the Sherish and Neshama is nimshach into the way the Sherish and Neshama is nimshach into specifically to each ner of the Menorah. Each ner of the Menorah refers to the Neshama specifically, because the ner, like it says, Kamashakos of ner havaya nishmasadim, the Neshama is a ner. It's a candle. The Neshama brings light. The Avedis and Neshama is to bring light into the world. It's in of a ner. Uklalis Neshamas Yisrael Nikra Menorah. So Hesis, that's you have the Klaus Neshamas Yisrael, you have the Neshama Bepratis. The Yesh Babach in Azay Nishim Zayim Adrigas Bavedas Avaya. So there's 7 different Efanim in Aveda, in serving the Eibishter, each one distinct, different than the other. That's the 7 different branches of the Menorah. And so that he says that's the Indian. The Alter Rebbe started out with the Indian of Menorah. That's the Indian of Menorah. Now the Alter Rebbe enumerates the different Efanim, the different ways, the 7 different Efanim in Avedis Hashem. Yesh Evid Mi'ava. So there's an Avedis Hashem which is Ava, which is we know based on the spheres. The Evid Mi'ava Moshe Kamayim. And the Alter Rebbe here doesn't go into all the different, he doesn't elaborate the different types of Avedis Hashem. He just says it b'kitzur. So there's Ava, which is Mashach Kamayim. It's drawn like water. This is the water that is in of Dvekas. V'yesh me'ava kirish be'esh. Then you have a love, which is kirish be'esh, which is like a fire, which is connected with Gvura. Kirish be'esh is Gvura. V'yesh ha'idei ha'teira, kava memutza, which is Tiferes. V'yesh ha'idei nitzachen. There's a different Aveda, which is again these are different Avedas of each of different neshamas. You have neshamas which they excel specifically in this Aveda. It doesn't mean that they don't have any. Every yid has a parts of Shalom, has all the midas, but this is the, like it says, b'maya v'zor tvei. Each one has their unique Aveda, or through it, because within each one you have all the other midas as well. So v'yesh ha'idei nitzachen, v'natzech v'lizgaber b'avedas Hashem, b'sur meirav v'asei tov. That's the meaning of nitzachen, to overcome, to be victorious. Netzach. V'yesh ha'idei hidoya. Hidoya is the meaning of bittul. V'chein yesh aveda ha'idei isnasus. Then there's an Aveda which is through Isnasos, which is in of Malchus. K'maimer Azal, Kol Yisrael b'nei Malachim, as K'meshakos, V'yigba libe b'darkei Havaya, v'yesh al-yidei shiflos. Within Malchus, you have Malchus, which is through Isnasus, and then you have Malchus, an aspect of Malchus, which is Shifus. Noticeably missing is Yisoid. So the Rebbe points out that it's a mistake. In other words, it's meaning a mistake means the one who copied the Maimer missed a line or missed whatever those few words. The guy didn't Yisoid, because we see clearly that Alter Rebbe is listing all the different branches of the menorah, and Yisoid is missing. Yisoid is to connect, is kashos. But Akopanim, all these are the different branches, the different neirs, and the individual neirs. So now that the Alter Rebbe to give us a description of the menorah, the neirs of menorah, now we go to the function of Aron HaKohen. The mitzvah, Baha'aloscha Saneres, is to Aron HaKohen. Ois Beis. Ve'inei Aron hu Amadek Saneres Halalu. Aron is the one who ignites, lights these neiros. Lefi shehu mishiva roim. Aaron was from the 7 shepherds. The shepherd is, the function of a shepherd is to attend to the sheep, to the flock, to the Eden. So Aaron is the shepherd, which the purpose, the function of Aaron is hamamshichim chayis v'likus l'chlolas neshamas Yisrael. Aaron brings down the likus to the neshamas. V'hu mamshich la'leis ava azal avayim. So he brings down the gili likus, that the neshama should be ignited to, that it's just like you light a candle. You light a candle, that the flame should be expressed, the fire. So Aaron is there to bring out the fire. Ulahagdil maduras eish ha'ava kirish p'eish shal heves mislahatas b'karavish v'levamik. So how that is bepratis, and more specifically, what Aaron does. So the Alter Rebbe is going to explain the difference between Aaron and Avram. Avram is also the Indian of Ava, but the Indian of Avram Avinu is a lower level of Ava than Aaron. This is similar to what we learn in Parshas Bamidbar. So Tzedek connects the two things. In Parshas Midbar, remember, we learned Isratzen v'Isratzen. There's 2 levels of Ratzin. There's a lower level of Ratzin, a higher level of Ratzin. When we say Ava, so the Kavana, or the idea of Ava is the pnimius, the aspect of Ava is Meloshin Ava, Ratzin. Within the Midah, you have the Ratzin that is beyond, is the Ratzin is a feeling of the nefesh. Midah, the specific midah is a tzir, is a certain form, a certain description of how the inyan is received and felt by the person. That's what midas are. That's what emotions are. Seichel, the inyan of seichel is how you understand something else. How you understand a certain inyan outside of you. Midas is how that inyan, how it's received and felt by the person himself. So each one has a tzir. Yeah, each one has a different form, a different description. You have ahava, you have yira, love, and you have fear. The inyan of Ratzin, which is the Isratzin, the lower level of Ratzin, that's not the way the inyan is felt by the person, but it's the depth of that is the expression of the nefesh, how the nefesh longs and connects to its source, to the source which is the Eibishter. That's the pnimius of the midah. So that's what we learned on Parshas Bamidbar. So that's that's the lower level of Ratzin. In other words, it's the lower level of Ratzin is the Ratzin, which describes the Meshicha of the Nefesh, but it's the way it is within the Midah, the depth of the Midah, how it's experienced within that Midah. So the Midah itself is a tzir. It has a form of whatever it is. Let's say it's love, but within that you have the Ratzin. It's almost like the fuel of the Midah, which is the depth of that Midah. Then you have a higher level of Ratzin. So we'll soon see the difference. But Aaron and Avram represent these two different levels in Ratzin, two different levels in Avos Hashem. So biyuven behektim ahefesh v'yisrin mailas bechinas Aaron al mailas umadrigas Avram Avinu l'Shalom shenikra Avram Oyavi. So we'll understand this by understanding the Maila of Aaron over Avram. They both represent Ava, but there's a Maila of Aaron over Avram. Ki ba'Avram Avinu l'Shalom oimer. By Avram Avinu it says, what was the Avodah of Avram? Holoich v'nasoya negma. Avram Avinu traveled. He traveled to the south. Pirush. Shaholach mimadrega lemadrega. He went from level to level, mimata lemayla, until ad shenizdabek bechinas hanegba, shehu bechinas avos havaya. So Halich v'nasoya, his aveda was progressing, traveling southwards to increase and develop more and more the level of Ava. L'davka be'bidveka v'chasheka v'tzimayim, to cleave to the Eibishter, yearning and thirst to the Eibishter, which that's the of Ava. And this Aveda of Avraham Avinu is actually what we do when we daven. This development of Ava, this progression of Ava, that's what we're doing in davening. So first we begin with Baruch Shamar, and afterwards the different psukim of praise to the Eibishter. Until one after the other, and one leads to the other, developing from Baruch Shamar until he reaches the Ava, which is described in Shema. Ki v'ahavta init tzivui al midas ha'ava tivya shebelev. So here the Alter Rebbe explains, what does it mean v'ahavta? When you say Shema, and you say v'ahavta Hashem alikecha, that you should love Hashem, so the v'ahava is not a commandment, love Hashem. Sometimes we explain it is a commandment, but here the Alter Rebbe say v'ahavta is not a commandment, but it's a outcome. V'ahavta einit tziva al midas ava tiva shebelev. Ki haremidas ava zeh ativis vadi musteres belev kol echad v'echad misrael. Over here, it's the ratzin, that it's not the ava tivis, the natural love that a person has that you don't need a commandment for. We each have that. That's automatic. But what does v'ahavta mean? V'ahavta is melashon ava. It refers to what we said before, this deeper level of the deeper aspect of the midas, which is the ratzin, to bring out the ratzin within the midah. Shehu pirush haratzin v'fi sharatzin u'pnimis hamidas. And to describe this idea of ratzin, so the Alter Rebbe brings the difference between ratzin and midas. Because here the Alter Rebbe describes it. that Ratzon is not Midas. Ratzon is manig. Ratzon is the conductor of the Midas. Ratzon is the one that controls the Midas. And he brings a mashal. The mashal is even if someone has something which naturally he has a tainuk, he has a enjoyment to that thing that he has. But if his ratzon, he removes his ratzon from it, for whatever reason, so now, if he removes his ratzon from that which he usually has a desire for, enjoyment in, so now all of a sudden the enjoyment, the emotional part of it, dissipates. He doesn't have that pleasure anymore from that thing. And the opposite is true. Something that causes him pain and suffering, and he wants it, but he sees the value in it and he wants it. So because of the ratzon, because of the fact that he wants it, he doesn't feel the pain, the suffering, so as much. So the midas, the emotion that you have, depends on the ratzon. So in other words, if he has the ratzon, so then it allows the midas to develop and to ignite. If he doesn't have the ratzon, so then the midas aren't awakened. The
ratzon. The ratzon is pnimius.
Yeah, of the midas. And this is what the pasuk is saying. V'ahavta. The v'ahavta is not the tzivui on the ava, but the v'ahavta is that you need to ignite. You bring out the ratzon. Lahapech ritzaynu shekasi v'chavtze la'avas Hashem. So it is. Here the Alter Rebbe doesn't say the Alter Rebbe says the v'ahavta is a haftacha, but over here the Alter Rebbe is not saying it's a haftacha. Over here we're saying it's also there is a tzivui, but the tzivui on the v'ahavta is not on the midah, but it's on the ratzon.
What's a haftacha?
Haftacha is that it's automatic. If you do Shema Yisrael, etc., you do this abundance of after, automatically you're going to have the Ava. Over here, it's the tzivui. Here the Alter Rebbe is making the distinction. It's not a tzivui. It's not a commandment on the midah, but the commandment is on the on your ratzon, where you need to direct your ratzon, your will, and your yearning. La'avas Hashem shelo yiyeh lechifetz v'ratzonach zulasin. And you shouldn't want anything else besides the Eibishter. So who is to me in the heavens? In other words, it's a question besides Hashem, and with you. In other words, anything other than Hashem, I don't want. Ba'aretz. My heart yearns for you. So that's the mitzvah, that's the inyan of v'ahavta. So this v'ahavta is this yearning that is described, this ratzon, that is described by the yearning that he doesn't want anything else besides the Eibishter. How does one arouse that ratzon that he only yearns for Hashem? So that's what the pasuk begins. Shema Yisrael. What is Shema? Shema is lizbainin, to think, to meditate. Heitiv v'lasam alibay echshu yizbarach echad b'shamayim v'aretz. How the Eibishter is one b'shamayim v'aretz. in the heavens and the earth. What's heavens and earth? So heavens and earth is ruchnius, a code word for ruchnius and gashmis. In the realm of spirituality and in the realm of physicality, everything is batal to Hashem. That's oneness. In other words, there's nothing else besides Hashem. But where are you seeing? You're seeing that both in the heavens and in the earth, both in the gashmis aspect and in the ruchnius. Even in the shtalshlos of Shemayim Varetz, which is ruchnius and gashmius, bechinas vav ktzavis, 6 dimensions, 6 sides. Olam is nifradim, so hey misachdim yichudi yisbarach. So all of that is united with the Eibishter. V'pnei shem b'teilim elav yisbarach, the kol hakamei kol hachshiv. They're all batal to Hashem, insignificant. Ki l'mayla b'chinas yishtalshus b'chinas Shemayim Varetz. So the Alter Rebbe says that's what echad is. Echad, like we say, the echad is the ches, the 7 firmaments and the aretz, or the dalid, the 4 sides, right? Dalid ruchis, mizrach, ma'ariv, darim, tzafin. All of that is batal to the aleph, to the echad. So that's the echad is the realization within all of this, within the Shemayim, within the aretz, with the realization there's nothing besides Hashem. So the Alter Rebbe explains, higher than Shemayim Varetz, so you can't say echad. Because echad is suggesting you have a realization of an awareness of a Shemayim and an aretz and daled ruches, and within that you say that it's all batal to Hashem. But higher than Shemayim and aretz, so you don't say echad. Higher than Shemayim is yachid. There's nothing else. Right? So it's kilamayla b'chinas yishtalshlos, higher than yishtalshlos b'chinas Shemayim Varetz. Lo shayich leimer alav yisbarach lashon echad. Va'afilo b'mekar yishtalshlos. Not only higher than yishtalshlos, but even in the source of yishtalshlos, you have yishtalshlos, you have the makar of yishtalshlos, which Alter Rebbe calls it here the mechadish, the one who renews constantly the existence. Then you have higher than that, right? Higher than the makar. So even in the makar of yishtalshlos, you can't say echad. I mean, you can't say echad because it's higher than the realm of existence. Va'afilu b'makir yishtalshlos b'chinas hamachadish b'chayim tu ma'aseh bereishis nikra havaya b'chinas treirei and delay misparshin. This havaya lekeinu, based on, it means havaya is chachma, lekeinu is bina. So that's treirei and delay misparshin, the two literally the two chaverim, 2 friends that are inseparable, which is chachma and bina. Ki tamid mechadish means loy misparshin, inseparable means there's a continuous chidush, a continuous renewal. Ve'ein nefel lashon echad. Where is echad? Where is the word echad applicable? Ki im beishtalshlos b'chinas Shemayim Varetz. Only within ishtalshlos.
How did we get to Vayalekenu from Machadish?
Shema Yisrael. We're talking about Shema Yisrael, the Yisbananus of Shema Yisrael. That's the Yisbananus of Hashem Elokeinu. This is Hashem Elokeinu is the makar of Ishtalshlos. Hashem Echad. Where are we saying Echad? Within Ishtalshlos. Within Ishtalshlos of the Ches and the Dalit, the Shemayim and the Aretz. There you have the Achdus Hashem. There you can recognize, but higher than that, so it's beyond echad. You have no mitzias. Shehem b'chinas shisha ktzavis ruchnis v'gashmis, shehem alma de pruda. V'hu yisbarach echad b'hem. The Eibishter is echad, afi shem misyachtim yichud b'teilim ilav. It's all one. The kamei koilo kolo chashiv. Shisha ksavis ruchnim. The 6 ksavis, the 6 sides, ruchnis. We know what the 6 gashmistic sides are, right? When you have it's like you have a cube. So you have 6 from each side. You have either each direction or l'mayla lamata. So what is the beruchnius? What are the 6 sides? That's the midas. That's the midas. That gives it its dimension. So you have Gdula, Gvura, Tiferes, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Yisoid, and Malchus. Right? Malchus is already something else, but until Yisoid, which is basic, which we call Zeranpin. Shisha Ktzav is Gashmim, V'gam Shisha Ktzav is Gashmim, Shehem HaKolel de Bechinas Makim. So when we say Makim, space, that's what we mean when we say space, whether we're talking about a physical space, or we're talking about a spiritual space. Well, what do we mean, hine makim? The place is with me. What does it mean, the place is with me? Shehamakim batal love, that the space is batal to Hashem. The space doesn't contain Hashem. Hashem is the space is not Hashem. The Eibusher Soviv, ve'ein nikol lefanav yisbarach b'shem makim klal. Soviv means that he surrounds. Means he's beyond, he transcends space. Also time. Those are all creations. So therefore Hashem is echad, Hashem transcends time and space. So how do we get to time and space? So that's through concealment. That's through Shem Kved Malchusei, Le'elam Vod. That's through Malchus. These are concepts, and we've learned it numerous times. There's almost every Maimon the Alter Rebbe touches upon this. Over here, the Alter Rebbe is bringing it because we want to understand. We want to know the Ava. We're describing the difference between Avram and Aaron. This is all the Ava that's connected with Avram Avinu. Halech u'nesoya Negba, which is also called Avas Olam, which is an ava that comes as a result of one's hisbanenus of olam, of the world, or the way the Eibusher transcends the world. That's different than the hisbanenus that's going to be connected with Aaron, which is what Aaron does. It's a higher level of ava. That's what we said. The Isratzen, there's a lower level of ratzin, which is the ratzin that we're talking about now, which is connected to Avram Avinu. Then you have a higher ratzin, which is a level of Aaron HaKohen. And so just the idea of Aaron HaKohen is similar that Tzemach Tzedek says as to what it says. That's Litzerich Gavoya or Bnei Aliyah. That's an ava which you're feeling. You want Gili Elikus in the world, not because you feel the lack, not because you feel that here is nothing, and you want to connect with Hashem. That's the ava that we're talking about now, the echad, the bittul, and because you feel the bittul, so therefore you want to have that. You have that yearning, the ratzin, you have a tshuka and a yearning to connect with the Eibusher. The level of ava which is connected with Aaron HaKohen is because you feel that here in this world there's no Gili Elikus, and you feel that the meriros, the bitterness of the fact that there's no Gili Elikus here, and you want that there should be Gili Elikus. And why do you want there Gili Elikus? Because the Eibusher wants that there should be Gili Elikus. So you're wanting it is not because of you, but you're wanting what the Eibusher wants. Like that's what a chassid is like. That's what he wants. What the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, Bnei Aliyah. He does chesed with Hashem. What do you mean he does chesed with Hashem? He wants what Hashem wants. The fact that Hashem is not present means not felt in this world. So he has that yearning that the Eibusher should be present, should be felt in this world. So that's the ava that comes as a result of Aaron, and that's also the idea of Aaron. Aaron is the Indian of nira, to see, that it should be like it's when Mashiach comes. So it says ayin ba'ayin, that we'll see the Eibishter. It should be a revelation. That's the Av of Aaron is to want, is to have that drive that there should be. It should be revealed. The Eibishter should be revealed in this world. It's different than the Av of the yearning that is connected with Avram Avinu. And that's what Aaron does. Baha'aloscha Haneres, Aaron elevates the neshamas to have that level of Ava. The level of Ava, which is a revelation of the Eibishter, Ayin B'Ayin.